Do you remember playing the My Sim series as a kid? I bet you do. The release of the My Sims Cozy Bundle on Switch brought back so many memories for me and made me really want to visit My Sim Agents. It was released in 2009 by EA, and if you're not familiar with My Sims, it's not like The Sims, it's kind of a spin-off series from that was pretty much abandoned. It didn't perform well at the time, so EA just kind of shifted focus to other games. There were several My Sims games like Racing, Kingdom, Sky Heroes, and while they were a blast, today I'm going to be covering My Sim Agents on the Wii. Without further ado, let's dive into the world of My Sim Agents. I spent a lot of time in character customization, I'm not ashamed to say it, so our pal Buddy catches us up on the lore of how me and him became special agents. So we're really experiencing this through the eyes of Buddy. The story starts off with me and Buddy eager to solve our next big case, chilling at our favorite pizza spot in town, Gino's. One of my good friends, Poppy, bursts in frantically looking for me. Apparently some mean dude named Morkibus stole her dog, Dogwood. He does look pretty evil, so I'll give him that. He claims the dog's name is Killfang, dog disciple of Shadow and Flame. After finding key pieces of evidence that involves a pink ball and a bone, I could start to piece together that this dog probably isn't his. But why did he walk to Morkibus of his own free will? Well, evidence points to the jerky sitting behind Gino's. Dogs do indeed like jerky, so I can confirm this dog belongs to Poppy. He is not happy about that though. We ran into a very important looking gentleman at Gino's who was waiting for us, named Agent Walker. He says this Morkibus guy is a big shot CEO that owns half the town. Walker actually offers me and Buddy the opportunity to be special agents, but we have to solve a couple more cases around town to prove ourselves. So the next day we search the town, excited for our next case. Who needs help? We stumble upon Shirley standing outside her salon, asking for help with finding her secret admirer. Someone left a bouquet of flowers at her door. Conveniently, flower shop owner and our girl, Poppy, is right here. She says the only people in town that bought that exact bouquet type were the mayor Skip, Patrick, and Gino. Of course, I'm gonna use my useful magnifying glass and track down some footprints that lead to Patrick's construction site. What was Patrick even doing over here? Well, according to him, he actually had his bouquet seized by some unheard of city organization and was fixing something on Shirley's roof when he had fallen off and into the bushes. First of all, how are you even alive? Anyways, I confirmed both of those claims by digging his trash and finding the letter from the city and climbing the roof to find his toolbox. So Patrick is no longer a suspect. On my way back, I found a love letter that was supposed to go with the bouquet but was blown away. There's no name in it, but I could match the handwriting to the other men. I compared it to Gino's handwriting on his outside menu and it's not a match. So really the only guy left is the mayor. In the mayor's office, he has that same bouquet there, but since the city took Patrick's flowers and he represents the city, he probably has it. I asked to see a sample of his writing, but of course he's not going to budge, so snooping around his office, I find a safe behind this bookcase. Why does he even need that? I found confirmation of the fake city organization from hacking into his computer, so now I just need to get into his safe. I'd like the combination to your safe, please. Now, I climb up to his windows to watch him open the safe so I can get the combination. And after opening it, I found letters to Morkibus. Thank you for the donation. I will, of course, not close down your evil factory. Love, Skip. Awesome. Anyways, after comparing the handwriting, it is apparent that Mayor Skip is Shirley's admirer. I feel like there were a million better ways that Mayor Skip could have gone about that, but anyways. Alright, Shirley, the Mayor Skip is your admirer, but he's corrupt as crap. And, working with a very evil guy. Oh, she's gone. Okay. Have fun, girl. Well, another successful case solved. Let's go celebrate at Gino's with a nice, warm, cheesy slice of, oh no. Gino looks distraught. Apparently there was a fire at his restaurant, and on top of that, someone stole all of Gino's maps from his safe. The maps show where he finds his precious herbs and cheeses. Gino, how did they even get into your safe while there was a fire?
Nurtle.
The only people that were in the restaurant at the time were Derek, Shirley, and Patrick. Taking a quick gander at the crime scene, the stove is definitely messed up. So after doing a simple repair, it looks like the cause of the fire was lack of ventilation. Gino says he regularly cleans the chimneys, but it looks like someone stuffed a baseball in there. After talking with the subjects, The only one not willing to talk much is Derek. Patrick says he finished his pizza slice as he was running out the door during the fire, and I believe that. Shirley says she bolted immediately. Derek also says that the baseball is his Vintage Pro 2004, and pretty much just admitted to sticking it in there. I found 3 of the maps in the trash can scattered throughout the forest and at Gino's. I also found a letter from Morcupus to Derek thanking him for his delivery. I give Gino back his maps, and he says one more is missing, and that map in particular involved the mountains. According to Patrick, Derek has been very interested in the mountains lately. So I guess we know who our culprit is. I bring these findings to Gino and, well, let's just say that was Derek's last time eating there.
Il feta wazanka. Wimty fleeby stubbed up.
Huh, I'm so equipped.
Ooh, Larka Rubsy.
After a couple of successful cases that my buddy and I solved, although I'm not exactly sure what Buddy actually did, Agent Walker has promoted us to special agents, and now we get our own headquarters. We even have a jet, multiple living areas, and I can hire agents to send on dispatch missions. Roxy, the scientist here, can analyze any sample I send her way, which will help a ton, and we have a freaking secretary too. Like, this is awesome. Who is this crazy freaking sim standing outside the headquarters? Her name's Yuki, and she keeps threatening to bite my face off. Whatever. It's also time, to get the fit right. Oh yeah. It's official. A lady in a dress comes in looking pretty distressed. Her name is Evelyn, and she's reporting that someone broke into her home and ransacked everything. They stole some jewelry and her dad's research journal. After consulting with my team, Jenny brings up the concern that her shoes are too casual for her dress, and while she brings up a very good point, I think this is a case worth taking. Evelyn says the only person she saw standing outside of her apartment was a girl in a red and gray Morky-Corp jumpsuit. After investigating the crime scene, they tore this place up. They even smashed her clock. All I found was a pizza coupon and a receipt for Shirley's salon. I wonder if these are both Evelyn's. After following some inky footprints, it looks like they escaped through the window, and the footprints kind of just die off. Evelyn says the receipt for Shirley's is hers, but the pizza coupon is not, so that's great, we have a lead. So I asked Gino if he's seen this lady Evelyn mentioned, and he says she sat right here. Ah, would you look at that? I found a letter saying, "Meet me in the forest." Let's see what that's about. Derek. He seems to be the usual suspect. He accidentally mentioned Morky-Corp officials exchanging a journal to a man. Poppy says Derek gave her dog shiny rocks that Dogwood ended up burying right here. It's some of Evelyn's jewelry. So they really were after the journal, not anything else. I report this back to Evelyn. Me and her both have a suspicion that Mayor Skip might be involved. Eve is adamant to throw this man in jail, but your girl has to find some proof first. I'm gonna start with flat out asking him if he's involved. I'm shocked. He denies everything. After digging around in the forest for some clues, I found an allergy inhaler in a trash can. All right, Roxy, go ahead and analyze this for me. Looks like the inhaler belongs to someone with a rare allergy for dandelions and likely has a beard. Well, who do we know with a beard? There's only one real way to confirm it. Aha! Mayor Skip says it couldn't be him though because he was at Gino's at the time the break-in occurred. Interesting. Let's confirm this, shall we? I need to figure out when the break-in happened first. So the intruder smashed the clock during the break-in, so that tells me it happened at exactly 7:02 p.m. Gino confirms Skip was here yesterday but doesn't know what time. He did have some leftover pizza in his office, so let's just have Roxy take a look and see how long it's been sitting here for. This pizza was freshly baked yesterday at lunchtime, so Mayor Skip is full of crap. Me and Evelyn confront the mayor about these findings, and he confirms it. He gives Evelyn back the journal and tells us Morcubus is looking for a guy with the initials PW in the mountains. Well, looks like this case is solved and we have a solid lead as to where to go next. Time to look for this PW. It's time to use our jets. Apparently, I know how to fly it too. We head to the snowy mountains at a cozy little lodge. Ooh, it's cold. I am freezing my ass off. The second we arrive, a girl with bunny ears named BB is talking about her missing boyfriend, Preston Winthrop, to 2 agents, Rosalind and Vic. They were tasked with finding out what happened to Preston, but your girl is here to get to the bottom of it. They don't seem to be thrilled with us being here, but oh well. Now, what happened exactly? BB says her and Preston were on a picnic. Pause. In this weather? Okay. She had left for a bit, and then when she came back, Preston was gone. Nova, the lodge owner, insists that Yetis are harmless, and she believes the Yeti comes to her lodge sometimes just to have a little soak in her hot tub. After investigating the area, I found Yeti footprints, and they lead to the broken ski lift. So I have to find another way up the mountain. And of course, Agent Rosalind is blocking the gate. She basically is asking for a warrant to search the area. Well, after pulling some strings, I eventually got it sent over from the agency, and she very reluctantly lets me through. Give it. I explore the area, hoping to find some clues as to where Preston might be. And after exploring the area, I found a scarf with the initials PW and a cute little wolf that starts to track down his scent. Or at least I think he is. He seems to have lost track though, so I found some more Yeti footprints that look a little different than the ones at the lodge. And after finding some Yeti fur in the snow, the wolf starts leading me again and even gets a ladder down for me. Eventually, I find a little cave and break in. This is nice. Oh, a Yeti, chilling on his couch. And surprisingly enough, he introduces himself as Paul Wisniewski, the true PW. He says he used to work in Morcubus's lab researching the Nightmare Crown before an accident at the lab turned him into a Yeti. His memory isn't the best when it comes to his life pre-Yeti, but he says he has nothing to do with Preston's disappearance and doesn't know who he is. He agrees to come to the lodge in the morning to prove his innocence. The next morning, I'm up bright and early looking for Paul. Instead, I see Preston, who appears out of nowhere and looks way too clean to have been kidnapped by a Yeti. He claims he was held captive all day yesterday and in the Yeti's cave and escaped last night. Looking around, apparently the lodge equipment was destroyed overnight. Paul shows up and immediately gets detained by Rosalind, who thinks the case is solved. But I gotta prove his innocence. I know my boy's innocent. After looking around the area, I found 2 sets of Yeti footprints and a broken bat in the snow. I talked to Preston's girl, BB, and she says Preston owns several water bottle factories surrounding the entire lodge. And after some snooping around, I found some shady real estate papers in Preston's car, which would give him a motive to want the lodge shut down. And a Yeti attack would probably do the trick. After looking around some more, I found a cabin and squeezed in through the chimney since the front door is locked. Under the cabin leads to another cabin. With a Yeti costume in it, so looks like we indeed have 2 Yetis here. After talking to more people, Nova mentioned she has a security camera above the lodge. Girl, why didn't you mention that sooner? I climb into the roof, I hack into it, and this is what I find. I mean, he beat the crap out of that hot tub. So evidence is pointing to Preston. He pretty much confirms it and says he wants the lodge shut down so he can build another water bottle factory. My boy Paul is free and gets well-deserved hot tub privileges when it's fixed. Paul recognizes Evelyn from the lab when he worked with her father in Morcubus's lab. He said that it would make sense that Morcubus is looking for him to find or make the Nightmare Crown, and Evelyn wants to try to find it first and find out what happened to her father. It's time to head back to the agency after a successful case. Agent Walker upgraded all my tools, and I decorated some of the floors for the agents that'll stay here. The basement will be more like a bachelor pad or a sports bar theme, maybe, I don't know. It's starting to come together. I hired a lot more agents, a lot of them are the ones we just met at the lodge. Even the freaking wolf! Ginny tells us that Paul left a message for us saying that we should talk to his old friend Dr. F in the industrial district since he'll know more information. Well, it's time to take the train. Let's go, buddy. We have arrived! Well, what do we do now? What does Dr. F even look like? Maybe we can just wait for someone to shout for help?
Ina flip flitzel.
Noonie Narnie. Oh.
Dima hibi chiba.
2 men, Gabby and Barney, are bickering back and forth. Gabby claims someone's been stealing stuff from his junkyard, most importantly one of his car engines, and Barney says Gabby sold him a broken boat, but that sounds more like an issue they need to figure out on their own. Conducting my investigation of the area, I found some footprints and spilt oil by this crate. It does look like someone other than Gabby was around here. There are 2 ladies outside wearing Morky Corp uniforms who say they are planting trees to make the world a better place. They had planted these saplings in the junkyard, which kind of makes them suspects because they were here at one point, so they could have stolen the engine. Gabby mentions that in order to open the car hood, you have to use the car remote, which is in this bin, so whoever opened it manually did that. Ain't no way a human opened that hood. I asked the only witness here really, Grit the dog, if he saw anything, and sure enough, he has some of that oil in his tea. So after having Roxy take a look at it, it looks like the oil came from a robot. I wonder if the robot is from this very menacing building right here behind the junkyard. It's locked. Well, maybe it's in the crate. After breaking into it, sure enough, there's a robot chilling in here named Tobar. The robot is a little messed up from Grit standing his ground, so I get some spare parts from around the junkyard and repair him so this robot can tell me what's going on. He tells me the passcode to the menacing building that apparently belongs to Dr. F. After meeting Dr. F and his assistant Alexa, funnily enough, we didn't even really talk about the missing car engine, but rather Morcubus and his plans to get the Nightmare Crown. Apparently, Morcubus would need a very rare crystal to even activate the crown. So at this point, we don't know if he's trying to make a new one or finding the old one. Dr. F asks us to look around the area and see if anything seems off. But this case is solved. The robot indeed took Gabby's engine. But I guess Dr. F isn't planning to return it. It looks like the Morky Court goons need my help. Brandy and Esma claim that DJ Candy is killing the plants in the area with the sonic amplifiers on her roof. Well, first let's see if the plants are even dying. Brother, why is this so hard? Do I suck? Okay, they are indeed dying. Is it from the amplifiers though? I need to get my analyzer upgraded in order to actually see the sound frequencies. I feel like Dr. F would probably know something about that. Using his equipment, I gotta upgrade it, and let's head over to DJ Candy's. Whoa, wait, this place is awesome! Okay, I need to get serious. I can't dance in this outfit. Much better. Okay, I gotta get up to the roof. There are 4 amplifiers I need to assess. It looks like this one in particular is emitting a crap ton of energy. I traced the electrical charges back to this weird machine here that definitely looks like a Dr. F problem. He says it's his machine that he normally keeps on his roof, but that's not where I found it. And it would be the reason the amplifier is emitting so much energy. The only thing that could have possibly moved it was this undercover robot that looks like a human but sucks at socializing. Well, it's probably the only one that a DJ Candy's as dancing the robot. So, and sure enough it is, Makoto. She wouldn't outright tell me who told her to move that machine, but a simple hacks can fix that problem. Her memory files show me that Brandy and Esma told her to move it, the very people that are complaining the plants are dying. So what's the purpose? After confronting them, they are of course denying everything, but after taking a quick peek into their truck, it looks like Morky Corp told them to establish a sonic resonance system. And according to DJ Candy, it can be used to enrich dangerous materials. They pretty much confirmed it and wanted DJ Candy shut down so they could use the sonic amplifiers themselves. It looks like we're right on Morky Corp's butt. Let's go celebrate another case done. Haha. I need help. I'm ashamed to say how much time I spent in this place. Although I gotta admit, DJ Candy seems a bit off still. She keeps hearing a weird sound that's messing up her groove, so I'll take a look around. Maybe it's on the roof? Wow, how did you even get up there, Grit? Maybe he's chewing on the power lines up here, and maybe that's what she's hearing. So let me see if Gabby knows how I can get him down. He says that Grit has just about had everything in the junkyard and he wants something shiny and new to chew on. I'm sure Dr. F has something. He says I can borrow a part from Tobar, but apparently Tobar's not okay with it, but you know, he won't notice. Alright, Grit, here you go, buddy. That should solve that issue. Ugh, she says she still hears it. I'm not sure where else to look at this point. If it's not above, it has to be below, right? Dr. F and Alexa suggest I place these sensors on every trash can, they look like sandwiches, and have someone that's really good at listening to see what the source is. I placed all the sensors and it makes sense to ask DJ Candy, but she says she's too busy. But she says Zach is pretty good with sounds too. He says it's coming from underground. Okay, so I just need to get down there somehow. Esma is blocking the entrance, and she won't move. What better way to get someone to move in a club? She tells me her favorite song, so I get DJ Candy to play it next, and Well, 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 look at what we have here. It looks like Brandy is mining some sort of crystal below DJ Candy's, and that's probably what the sound is from. All right, time to head back and let Candy know. Just gotta get up here and... Hello?
2 hours later.
Well, DJ Candy is glad to know we got to the bottom of things, but unfortunately, according to Dr. F and Alexa, Morky Corp is mining Destinite, which can be turned into Fortunite using amplifiers. And that crystal is what's needed to activate the Nightmare Crown. Well, that's not good, but at least we caught them, hopefully in time. Let's head back to the agency and see where we need to go next. Evelyn went through her dad's research journal looking for info on the Fortunite crystal. The only thing she found is someone named Cyrus Boudoir? I don't know. Anyways, according to Jenny, he passed away pretty recently, and his niece Zoe is hosting a dinner party at the Bayou Mansion to announce who is inheriting his estate from his will, which includes the crystal. Poppy's sister Violet received an invitation to this, so let's hope Poppy did too, and maybe we can use hers to sneak in. Time to head back to town. Poppy says Derek keeps stealing her mail, so if she got an invite, she'd have no idea. Why is this guy always a problem? I tracked Derek down in his little man cave in the forest. Looks like crap, by the way. He tells me that Morky Corp wants to screen her mail for information and that he threw them out to random places. After a whole freaking scavenger hunt through town, I find all these freaking letters. Almost died, by the way, trying to do this, but I found the invitation. Poppy was never actually planning to attend this event anyways, so she let us take it. So perfect. I love you, Poppy. All right, I head back to the agency to get dolled up for the dinner party. You know we gotta have the fit. So this mansion is in the bayou. That's where we're going. All right, a butler, zombie, Carl, greets us and checks our invitation. There's a small crowd of people gathered here today. The host, Zoe, promises a dinner and then a readout of the well, but seems very eager to get us into the crystal room first. The crystal is apparently destroyed, or so it appears. After thoroughly investigating the crystal room and everyone here, I learned that the crystal can only be broken by silver. After following one of the footprints out of the room, I was led to Carl's toolbox that contained a silver hammer, and someone got the bright idea for us to host a play of what happened to potentially guilt Carl into confessing.
Gubdeyama, Dorble Foob Gu.
Mandan de Broisiflas, a friend of Barcel Lasso. Oh, Ubanu. Zipa Nork. Oh! Ah! Borgo.
After that absolute wonderful performance, it does seem like Carl is guilty of destroying the Fortunite. Doesn't really make sense because he's the one that normally has to take care of it and clean it. So there's really no motive, and he doesn't remember doing this. He's pretty heartbroken at the accusation and storms off, or up. I followed him up the dumbwaiter to talk, and he mentions hearing whispers at night, telling him things about Cyrus and the Fortunite. I looked around the area and found a very familiar feather by a vent. This is definitely Zoe's. After talking to her, she mentions she specializes in hypnotization. I revisited the crystal room just to see if I missed anything, and I actually found a fireplace as a secret freaking entrance, and it leads underground. I found a box with Fortunite, but is it real? It's a fake. So maybe the ones in the crystal room are fake too. Yep. I confronted Zoe about these findings, and lo and behold, she is guilty. So Zoe swapped the real Fortunite with fake crystal, hypnotized Carl into destroying it, making everyone think that the real Fortunite is destroyed, and everyone is there to see if they inherited the crystal, so she was hoping they would just go home, give up on it, and she would keep it all for herself. Turns out Poppy's sister Violet is in the will to receive everything. The case is solved. It's too easy. Good for you, Violet girl, just inherited that whole place. That's awesome. Poppy and Violet grew up around Cyrus when they were kids. so I guess that makes sense. Look at little baby Poppy. She's so stinking cute. Luckily, Violet lets us hold on to the Fortunite crystal just to keep it in safe hands. She's a real one for that, and it's time to head back to the agency and see what's next. According to Jenny, Morky Corp owns a scuba shop at the beach called Mooba. Get it? Morky Corp and scuba. Mooba. Okay. Well, sounds like we gotta go to the beach. You don't hear me complaining. Hehehe. Oh yeah. Hey, it's the crazy threatened to bite your face off lady that's running the Mooba shop. The local surfer shop owner Luke has a problem. He claims someone destroyed all his surfboards on the beach. After talking to the other locals, it seems there's a couple leads, but according to Clara, her Kraken friend destroyed them and suggests we host a tea party for him, Mr. Suckers, to get more information. Well, I mean, that's okay. Before we do that, let's do what we really came here to do, okay? I get all the tea essentials. You know, you can't have a tea party without cups, the pot, blanket, all the stuff. I guess we just set this stuff down and we wait.
Ha! Bebdo.
Oh my god, she was not lying. Hello, Mr. Suckers. Please don't kill me. Mr. Suckers, what's your take on global warming? Go on. Okay. Anyway, so according to Clara's translation, there's a noise in the water at night that's keeping him up, and he got pissed and destroyed the surfboards. So at least we know who did it. Now, as far as Mr. Suckers paying for the damages to her surfboards, frankly, not my problem. All right, I guess we'll look around and see if anybody else needs anything. Maybe we can get a lead on what Morky Corp is up to. The owner of a tattoo parlor, Justice, reports his crab traps were stolen. After talking to the locals, the obvious lead would be that the sushi bar chef might have something to do with it, considering he sells a lot of crab meat. But it could also be Clara, the Kraken Whisperer, since she's expressed that catching and eating crabs is cruel. So, all right, let's take a look at the crime scene. Oh, hey, Dr. F and Tobar, the robot. What are they even doing here? Oh well. I found one of Chef Watanabe's knives at the crime scene, and it does look like the traps were cut clean off, so it's not looking good for him. Why do these people keep reporting a crime and then later mentioning briefly that they have a security camera? You need to start with that. Justice has one, so let's take a look. Alright, that's useless. So I'm kind of stumped at this point. I thought I looked at everything at the scene, but maybe I need to take another look. Aha! I didn't even look in the water. There's some goop here. What even is this? Why is this so hard? Why I'm struggling so much? Oh my god. Okay, it looks like this is an aquatic lubricant from a vehicle of some kind, so maybe it wasn't Chef Watanabe. Dr. F suggests I upgrade my detector to a super detector because apparently there's a crap ton of nuclear waste on the other side of the beach I should check out. Let me go on my scavenger hunt for parts. After getting my detector upgraded to the super detector by Dr. F, I go check out what this crazy man is talking about. Oh, a secret lair with a whole ass submarine? Dang, Morky Corp. Taking a further look at the submarine, it has some rope stuck in the propeller, which means that's probably what broke off the crab traps. I let Justice know these findings and confronted Yuki about it, and she totally pulled the talk to my lawyer card, so let me back off.
Uzi Gronk Herney. Well,
I guess she has a good point. Because if they can afford a submarine, they can definitely afford some good lawyers. So since Yuki has a submarine, that can only mean that Morky Corp is looking for something underwater, right? So we think maybe there's a shipwrecked underwater that might contain the Nightmare Crown, but it's not like we have a submarine. But Dr. F says we can use Tobar. There's a slight hiccup with that though. Tobar is programmed to be deathly afraid of kelp, of all things. Okay, let's do a little hacking. Problem solved. Now he just has a fear of squirrels. So now let's traverse an underwater shipwreck. I gotta find the combination to this latch. found an explorer map showing the location of a hidden temple in the jungle. That's gotta be where the crown is. Let's head back to base because it looks like we got a solid lead. Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm drowning in dispatch missions. This whole time I've been doing dispatch missions, getting a million notifications about them, but I can't even make a dent. They're like in real time, so it takes forever. All right, so we're gonna squeeze Evelyn in the cargo and let's fly to the jungle. We have a tour guide, Lindsay, who is visiting this place for the first time. So awesome. The crown is probably in this very important looking temple with 4 buttons in the front to activate. So I need Magellan the lemur, a musical horn, a magic torch, and pure water. Okay? I don't get paid enough for this. My god. Okay, the lemur saw me and immediately made a beeline to the button, so he knows what's up. Oh, this is quite the bridge. There's 2 temples, the Sun and Moon Temple. The Moon one is blocked by an archaeologist named Skullfinder, and he won't move unless he gets some sort of treasure, I guess. So I go into the Sun one. I had to solve some simple light reflector puzzles to unlock the chests. I found a magic torch and some treasures. So I just need pure water and the horn. Here's a little water pump, but it's broken, so I need some spare parts to fix that. After giving the greedy bastard a treasure, he finally moved. Okay, that should be enough. Let's fix this water pump. So after fixing up the water pump, I got some pure water, and here's the moment we've all been waiting for. Okay, there's a man that's gone mad in the temple. He says something about stealing his squirrels and he's king and then runs off. And for some reason, I ran off along with him without the help of my team. This man could have killed me, okay? What have I got myself into? After traversing through a bunch of puzzles and lava and just, I don't even know, I finally catch up to this crazy guy and his name is Mike. There's a chest up here and that's probably where the crown is, but he says in order for me to be allowed to open it, I have to find him some friends. Maybe these coconuts will do? Here you go. Okay, that seems to satisfy him, so this is the big moment we've been waiting for. Let's get this crown, let's do it! A rock.
That's just a stupid boulder.
It's not just a boulder. It's a rock. A rock.
Okay, he gives me the crown, thank God. I was about to be so pissed. He was not about to be the only crazy person in here. So Mike and Evelyn end up recognizing each other, and surprise, surprise, Crazy Mike is Evelyn's father, who essentially has been trapped in this temple guarding the crown. Aw, we did it. We got the crown before Morcubus. Oh no. Well, turns out Morcubus has been following us the whole time, and we pretty much did all his dirty work and led him right to the crown. So, he was never intending to grab it himself. My jaw is on the floor, because you cannot tell me I just did all this work to get this crown just for Esma to walk up to me and just demand it, and I just give it to her. Like, put up a fight, girl! Well, now he has the crown, and oh, he's using it. Evelyn tackles them and they both end up trapped in the nightmare realm for eternity. I feel like her dad or buddy could have tackled him, but they're just standing there like, oh no, what do we do? But basically it alludes that there could be a part 2 to all this, but you and I both know that ain't happening. Even though we never got a part 2 to this, it's nice to revisit the game once in a while. As a kid, I felt so special being a whole secret agent, have my own agency. It felt so freaking badass, you know? I hope we get this game ported over to Switch. It feels like the forgotten child of My Sims. This game was so good. It's honestly shorter than I thought. And if you watch this all the way through, you're awesome. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, all the things.